Do you have low self-esteem? Do you often find yourself questioning your worth or doubting your abilities? At this moment, when you are asked how you would rate yourself, how would you answer this? Are you struggling to see your value or your worth? When you look on the mirror, what do you see? Do you feel proud or do you feel disappointed about what you see? Did you know that how you see yourself affect every aspect of your life, from your relationships to your career success? And oftentimes, how we see ourselves is much more crucial and important compared to how others sees us. If you're feeling insecure, I would say that is totally normal. At some point in our life, there are moments that we would feel not enough and we would feel insecure, especially if we are always comparing ourselves to others. First things first, before I give you some of the advice on how you will be able to navigate and overcome the feeling of insecurity in your life is, let me just share my story, and I'm gonna throw in some pictures of mine in here, before after photos, so you could really picture what I went through when I was a child. So growing up, I would remember I was so insecure. I was really insecure to the point that I don't even want to go out of the house. The very reason is that I am so thin. And honestly, whenever I go out of the house, my relatives or friends, classmates would call me skinny, the skinny girl. And that's just become my nickname, honestly. Whenever I go to birthday parties or just going out of on the village. And I was just like 7 years old, and until I finished grade school, I've always thought that I wanted to have the perfect body when I grew up. I wanted to wear this sexy dress or clothes. I wanted to feel nice about wearing any clothes that I would want when I grow up. And let me try to flash a picture or some photos of me in here. Honestly, I don't know if I still have some photos, but these are photos that would definitely embarrass me. I actually tried to put some of those photos in my cabinet, and I don't want anybody to see how I look like when I was young, but for the sake of this video, and I know it would help some people who are feeling insecure, especially in their appearance. I hope this will serve as an inspiration that you could grow up, you could build your confidence over time. There's so many things that you can do to build your confidence and to improve yourself. But of course, if you are dealing with insecurity right now, there are parts of your body that you don't like, if there are parts of your face or whatever that you don't like, and you really feel ugly when you look in the mirror because of that particular thing, I could tell you this video is for you, and watch till the end. You're beautiful as you are. Trust me, I have a lot of conversation with God through my prayer, and I know I've been struggling to believe that I'm pretty. I'm struggling to believe that I am enough and I am unique and I have these great talents and abilities. And I think one thing that really helped me to build my confidence is I really take time to understand myself, what I like, what looks good on me, and I always try to give myself some love. So before we head into that, let me just throw in another before and after photo in here. So this is me when I was in high school, and this is me now. So back to the story. When I was in grade school up until high school, I would really feel jealous and envious of other people, especially my classmates and some of my friends who could really wear great outfits that fits them. And I would bought outfits like that, even if the blouse or shirt is so beautiful and cute. I was just so skinny and nothing looks good on me. You know what? We are living in the world where when you look on the social media, there's this standard of beauty that we feel like we couldn't measure up. And we would see like a perfect body on social media, a perfect face, and we wanted to look like them. But I think because I am 29 now and a little bit more matured, I am not so affected by that standard of beauty compared to when I was younger. When I was in my early 20s, I would really find ways on how to look like the ideal. And I've spent a lot of money in my early 20s trying and drinking glutathione for my skin because I wanted to have that perfect glowing skin. But eventually I got tired of it because after drinking those capsules or glutathione whitening capsules for a year, I found myself broke because it was expensive. At the same time, when I stopped drinking those beauty capsules, I got back to my original skin tone. I got back to my original color. So I think enough about my story. If you have any other questions about what I've shared, well, you can always put that in the comment. So let's dive into the 5 things that I did to feel more confident and to overcome my insecurity. Let's start with number 1, self-acceptance. One of the very first thing that I did, and I think it comes with maturity and with age, is self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is the ability to look into the mirror and say, I am enough just as I am. I am pretty and I am beautiful inside and out. And I love myself and I love who I am. When you accept yourself for who you are, it actually helps reduce self-criticism and anxiety, because when you are weighed down with self-criticism and self-judgment, it is gonna be so hard. Accepting yourself will also help you build healthy relationships because you can be who you are. You can build healthy friendships because you're not gonna think often of how they will look at you, of how they will see you or judge you, because what matters is you have accepted yourself for who you are. So self-acceptance is a journey and you need to be patient with yourself along the way. Number 2, focus on your strengths. Insecurities often arise when we focus too much on our weaknesses or areas where we feel inadequate. Instead, take a moment to reflect on your strength. What are you good at? What makes you feel confident? Whether it's your creativity or your kindness or being friendly and thoughtful and loving, just focus on your strength. One of my strengths is actually my height. I am tall, and there are people who would ask me in the past, have you ever joined a beauty pageant? You have the perfect height. And during those times, I would just ignore that because I was focusing on my weaknesses. I didn't think of it that much because it's just height, It doesn't really matter if I am tall. And I would hear some of my friends and people that are close to me that they would really admire my height. But the thing here is you wouldn't feel good about that strength if you don't see it as a strength yourself. If you're only focusing on your weaknesses. So if you feel insecure about yourself, maybe you are just focusing too much on the negative or on the things that you don't like. Why not try to enhance your strength, the good things about you? Number 3, change your self-talk and inner dialogue. So on average, humans think 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. That's about 2 to 3,000 thoughts per hour. So how many of these thoughts are helping you and how many are hurting you? Consider the negative thoughts that cross your mind in a day about yourself, about others, about your life. Just be mindful of the negative self-talk. Be mindful of your inner dialogue. For each of these negative thoughts or self-defeating thoughts, replace those negative thoughts with positive self-talk. I am wise, I am confident, I'm happy with my body, I'm secure of who I am and how I look, because what you put in your mind so you will become. For as he think in his heart, so is he. And it is so true that our mind is powerful, so might as well use it as your superpower, girl, to lift up your spirit and to feel more confident about yourself. Last but not the least, number 5, prioritize self-care. Yes, this is huge in my self-improvement journey. This is something that we should also keep in mind if you are feeling insecure. Self-care could be a luxury for others, but for me, it is not. Self-care is prioritizing yourself and your needs. How you do self-care for yourself could be different. For some, it's like taking a moment to go out and treat themselves, eat on their favorite restaurant, or having a haircut, going to the salon, just to relax and enjoy yourself. For me, when I would feel insecure about my looks, I would just go to a salon and I would dye my hair. For some, that would be going to a nail spa. And for me, that is also buying some clothes. So that is part of how I enhance myself and how would I overcome my insecurity. I would just focus on making myself feel good, not just from the inside, because I would always do my inner work, I would always journal, but I would also take care of my physical. You could buy some earrings or like some makeup to enhance your look. You actually need to go out there. You need to really put some effort to make you look pretty, and no one's gonna do that for you. So incorporating self-care into your daily habits may require a conscious effort, but the rewards are well worth it. So set aside time for yourself to relax and recharge. Also do activities that would bring joy to your life. Remember, you are beautiful and unique as you are. Remember that there are ways that you could improve yourself. So don't allow your insecurity to dim your light, and let your light shine.